we're going to share to you how you're going to fill up the self-assessment tool. So when you click on the link provided, you will be redirected to this landing site. So of course, you just have to click on File, go to Download, click mo yung Microsoft Excel. You will be asked where to save. So try to remember where you're going to save it. So save it in the desktop so that it will be easier for you to access. And then go here and look for it. Yes, and go ahead and double click it. Right, so redirected to this particular dialog box. Do not forget to click Enable Macros. Enable tayo ha, because macros are basically the programming of Excel. It will help run the macros that will help you automate the process of you filling up this electronic self-assessment tool. And of course, you have choices here on the career stage. Either you're going to choose beginning towards proficient if you are teacher 1 to 3. If you are teacher 4 to 6, please choose proficient. If you are master teacher 1 to 2, of course, choose highly proficient. And if you are master teacher 3 and above, choose distinguished. Okay, so we're going to choose beginning towards proficient. But automatically, if you choose master teacher, the form for master teacher will come out for you, depending on what you will choose. So you click start. And of course, we will choose agree here, right? So you will be asked to fill this up. So there is a drag down menu at the side. So do not forget to click on that. So for example, I'm from Naga City. So we're going to click it here. Create your school ID. Okay, so it will show an error. Yung school ID natin. Then your school name. Okay, sample lang to. Kaya sabihin natin sample elementary school. Yung school type natin is urban, rural. So marunong na tayo nito. Just click on the drop down menu para hindi kayo mahirapan. Of course, you have here kinder to grade 10. Your last name. Let's say for example, that's your name. Middle name. Okay, write your employee ID number, your position. Say for example, you're teacher 3, your employment status, whether you are regular, permanent, provisional. So here we see that you can also be substitute, contractual, you can fill this up. Okay, so let's say for example, your age and of course your sex, male or female, number of years of teaching, highest degree obtained, whether it's master's degree or doctoral. You try to specify here master's in education, whatever it is, you indicate it here in science teaching. Okay, that's just an example. Of course, levels taught, you can say elementary, your DEP and email address. Okay, so and of course you have your TIN number. All right, so of course there are 9 digits for your TIN number. So all right, so we have here your subjects that you are to choose. Okay, and then all the, for example, arts. So just fill it up, click on next if you are done, and automatically the macros will run. So that's the reason why you have to really enable macros. This will not work if you do not click enable macros. So here we see the indicators. I think there are 37 of this indicators for the next 3 years. That most of them will run from year 1 to 3. Like for example, 1.1.1.2 will run from year 1 to 3. And there are also indicators that will only be available on the 3rd year for the multi-year guidelines. So you have to choose all this in terms of you have to assess yourself on the next 3 years. Okay, so in the right side, you see here the level of capability and the priority for development. So what we need to remember here is that you have to be honest in filling this up. Do not be afraid to rate yourself low in terms of capability. it doesn't have any bearing on the final grade. So just go ahead and be honest. Read carefully each of the domain and the indicators that are provided to you for the next 3 years, and try to honestly assess yourself if you are really good at this. So if you're really good at it, then by all means, rate yourself very high. If you think that is a priority for development, of course, you have to rate yourself very high in terms of priority. Kailangan talagang gawin. Kailangan mo ng tulong. So, you rate yourself very high here. But if you look at the level capability, if you are very high on this particular indicator, it is logical na low yung priority natin for development. Kasi we are already very good at this particular indicator. Bakit natin kailangan na i-develop pa siya? So, logically, if it's very high in terms of capability, it would follow that it is low in terms of priority for development. So, for example, if it's high, of course, it could be moderate, no, in terms of priority for development. But there's a freedom here given to you. Well, let's say, for example, you're really good at this already, like the ICT, but for you, it's still a priority for development because there are still tools that you need to acquire. So you can rate yourself high here. There is a freedom granted to you, but by all means, no, logically, if it is something that is, if you are highly capable in a particular indicator, logically, ito yung sagot, no, it should be low. But if you are, for example, this one, teaching strategies, critical and creative thinking, you think you're very low at this, of course, you need to develop that. That's a very important indicator that you need to develop for that particular year. And remember, this is available in year 1 and 2. Okay, but just to share to you, in your individual development plan, you have to make sure that you only indicate those indicators that are found in year 1, because every year you have to craft your individual development plan at the start of the school year. Okay, so every school year you have to craft your own individual development plan for that particular year. So let's just fill this up as fast as we can. So as much as possible, there should be indicators that you think you are weak, so that you will be able to identify what particular indicators you're going to place in your individual development plan. There are actually 3 indicators that you need to prioritize for that particular school year, so that your school head will be able to provide you with guidance in order to improve that particular indicator. Just make sure you really fill up and click on all this tick box, so that it won't create an error at the end. Okay, so let's say, for example, for this adapted and implemented learning programs that ensure, this is in year 3. So at least in year 1, you have at least 3 that you think you need a lot of help. Okay, so there should be 3. Of course, this is for year 1. So I think I have yung paggawa ng mga diagnostic, formative, summative assessment. I think that's a priority for me. So just for example, okay. So that's for year 1. That's available for year 1 and only in year 1. Okay, so try to tick the box each, because what will happen if you don't tick one of the box, it will create an error. So let's try to tick the box as if we forgot to tick one. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so this one and this one and this one. So intentionally, we will not click this one. There will be an error. No, so you need to select the level capability for each row and select priority for development for each row. So of course, now it's just telling us that we need to fill this up, and then we're going to click next, right? So we have here for self-management, these are the core competencies. So if you're a master teacher, automatically you will also be rated in terms of leadership competency. So I hope you followed the page, because we will be sharing to you one of the most striking provisions, so that we will be able to create awareness among our teachers, school heads regarding the policy. Okay, so as you can see here, do not also rate yourself too high here. So you have to also prioritize and try to be honest if you're really good at that particular indicator. By the way, there is a drop-down menu, but I'm choosing to fill it up with my bare hands by encoding numbers. Okay, so I think that's faster for me. but still you can use the drop down menu. But now I'm using the keyboard. Okay, so as much as possible, you should also rate yourself as honestly as you can. Okay, this has no bearing on the final rating again. So there are also 3 indicators that you need to fill up. Okay, so kuha tayo niyan. Okay, so malapit na tayo sa magic part. Okay, so as you can see, meron tayong mga very satisfactory. Lowest tayo in terms of ito, results focus. Tapos yung innovation, lowest tayo. At least may dalawa tayo, right, na lowest. Okay, so this is the part where we click save. And once you click save, it will be locked. So lock na kasi, you have to set a password. Only you can open this one. So we're going to set a password 1234. But you can use your own password for your own file. And the macros will run, and it will automatically generate an individual development plan. But unfortunately, the form doesn't provide you with an automatically generated filled up form. Only the form is generated. As you will see later on, there will be a summary of all the indicators from year 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And we will be able to see ano yung mga weakness natin. Na dito, level of capability, we'll be able to see na very high tayo dyan. Tapos yung priority ng for development natin very low. So basically, you don't have to choose this one because it has, in terms of priority, low siya. But in terms of applied a range of teaching strategies to develop critical and creative thinking, low tayo dito. We assess ourselves low. Tapos very high tayo for development, no? Priority for development. So this one is our priority. So gawin ninyong honest yung pag-fill up kasi this will be used in your individual development plan. Okay? Which I will show to you, it will be automatically generated. So as you can see, meron ding indicators for year 3, merong indicators for year 2. Kitang-kita natin, di ba? Meron ding indicators for year 1. Okay? So yung individual development plan nyo, kumuha lang kayo ng indicators in year 1. Kasi next year, gagawa kayo ng individual development plan for year 2. And gagawa rin kayo for year 3. Alright? So at least meron na kayo nito, okay, as your guide. So since this is very clear, kita mo na yung mga self-assessment mo, you can click print. Okay? So my appeal to the school heads and teachers, let's be honest, then school heads, do not take this against your teachers. Kung they will rate themselves low, that's a very honest move on their part. Your goal as a school head is to help them reach that outstanding mark para naman ma-promote natin si teacher. If you're a good school head, yung mindset natin is to help our teachers always. Kailangan nila ng tulong. Life is already very difficult for them. It's very hard to be in the front lines fighting for us, developing our learners. So tayo naman, let's give our full support to our teachers by helping them reach the outstanding mark. Galingan nila yung demonstration nila. So since they find themselves weak on that particular indicator in terms of capability, tulungan natin, no? We assist them so that when they do the reclassification sa expanded career progression natin, hindi sila mahihirapan sa demonstration. Tapos they will be able to do it during the demonstration talaga. Okay? Not just giving them outstanding automatically, but helping them earn that particular outstanding performance. Right? So yun yung goal natin, mga school heads, supervisors, lahat tayo, tulungan natin si teacher. So here's the magic here. We click finish and then automatically itong lalabas na tong IDP. So as you can see, meron tayong IDP dito sa baba. Alright? So meron na tayong IDP, meron ng survey completed sa baba. View na natin to. And if you click it again, see, you will see here yung summary. So I would suggest you print this one, put it in your side, print it, and look at your priority improvement areas, yung mga areas na dapat nating i-improve, ilagay natin sa IDP. So on the next video, tutulungan ko kayo how to fill up the individual development plans kasi tapos na tayo sa self-assessment tool. Remember, this stage here is the performance commitment and planning. This is the most important part. Dapat nating i-apply si teacher kung ano yung mga indicators na gagamitin niya during her demonstration during his demonstration, we have 2 classroom observations for this school year, and hopefully we'll be able to assist them. Okay? Tandaan, 6 indicators lang ang i-demonstrate ni teacher for every observation period. Kaya you can check our page for those particular 6 indicators na atin lang i-rate during the observation. So in the next video, we're going to look at how to fill up this action plan gamit ang ating tinatawag na electronic self-assessment tool summary. Nandito na lahat ng indicators. So, titingnan natin how we're going to fill up this individual development plan, which the form was automatically generated. Okay? So, I hope you will follow for more updates and i-share natin to so that we can help more teachers reach the outstanding mark at ma-promote